This is a mini lesson analysis on Marth versus Sheik. Okay, so the best way to defend against something like this, because there's a side platform, you could just simply defend yourself with a fastball up tilt is probably the best way to uh, just directly beat any approaches like this. Alternatively, since you don't really have that much room here, but it's pretty likely that they're gonna come down with this amount of range, you could go for a cross up forward smash or aerial of some kind, maybe even a pivot grab. Um, the way how you win about it though is just kind of sloppy micro, so could be better. Could definitely improve your vertical counter punches a little bit better than that. Um, and generally speaking, when your opponent is a lot closer to you, it's probably not a good idea to zone in place. You probably either want to go for attempt if you're outside of range, like that dash attack here. You if you're given substantial amount of space, I would recommend that you dash back rather than down tilt. If they are already here, then like maybe you should go for a cross up, but it's generally not recommended zone in place because you will most likely lose that and also be a little bit further away from that pair. Good zoning there and right idea, just sloppy micro. So far, you know, so far just not exactly like passing these kind of checks. Like sure you're messing up some macro here and there. That was a nice tipper. But I find that like more than half of you, the reason why you're getting hit so far is because of sloppy micro like these. So particularly the vertical play is what I think needs the most amount of work, but also other things like, you know, the scraps and also the scraps, ledge play, micro, like that can all be better. Also, when you are decently far away from Sheik, when they have Charge Needle, it's not a bad idea to just like shield as a check, and if they don't immediately throw, you could just move out of the way. And yeah, again, like when they are vertically above you, just like respect the fact that if you think that they might attack, while this can work out, a lot tighter micro is required, and like you need time like the perfect rising fair in there when you could just give up space by like doing a way dash back, like a dash dance grab, jump back fair, way dash back forward smash. Like those are much more straightforward ways to beat drop down platform. Like here too, like you could challenge them, but sometimes the risk reward doesn't even make sense for harder execution, essentially. So, working on how you view the vertical game seems to be the most apparent symptom so far. And yeah, and timing that up there better. You did that late, which is why you missed that. You tried your best at the counter. I respect that, but at the end of the day, you are in a bad spot. Ooh, yes, nice tipper. Threaten that. So you always want to threaten, but like you don't have like it didn't quite make sense to swing right now because even if you swung right now as you fell, you wouldn't have gotten hit. So it's good that you threatened, but definitely way too preemptive with the swing there. So again, this kind of falls under like the vertical micro that is definitely needs some work. Also, this dash attack is like the micro, like the dash attack itself wasn't good, but conceptually speaking, you gave up space and then immediately counterattacked. That's like how you want to deal with a lot of these vertical spaces. And again, you're not really respecting. You're not really giving up space whenever they are up there and about to attack vertically. So by far, that is like how you've been getting opened up the most. And yeah, and notice how the reason why you're at disadvantage is because of sloppy again, like vertical interactions. It seems like the way how you see those kind of positions isn't very well calibrated. I would up throw there just because of the flow chart. Didn't quite make sense to me to just forward throw to work harder essentially. Yeah, if you were positioned better and you fared right in there, you could have possibly killed him for that tourney winner. Okay, good. That was decent. Yeah, be careful about how you play the edge. Like sometimes you're forced to ledge dash, but because you did a regular get up, now like your ledge options are like way worse. Nice shield drop up air though. Feel like you wouldn't have done that not too long ago. And yeah, you always gotta like respect that double jump fair. Yeah, see how like it doesn't feel like you know the spacing for that well. It's like your spacing when it comes to like the not ground game stuff, like because you've been playing the ground game relatively well. I saw those jump back fairs. It seems like anything that's not ground game, your spacing is very much off, and that is a micro to really improve it. Like, beautiful like spacing awareness, you just didn't execute right. But notice how, for these full hop nairs, I don't think you're quite respecting this nearly as much. And like your platform game also isn't very good. So, yeah. And yeah, and also the maintaining space while you're scrapping is like generally not a good call, not the best expected value you could be going for. And yeah, once again, you kind of get hit by a vertical space completely for free. So, yeah, I don't think there's like of all the like vertical interactions that occurred, I don't think you really want a single one. And I think that's by far the most apparent thing that you can improve upon is work on counter hitting well off of vertical approaches. It's no different than horizontal approaches where you give up space appropriately. Same thing here. Um, Gotta respect that and make sure you're tight about your micro with that. Like in other words, spacing your move choices and yeah, improve on that, and I think you would have been the Sheik.